Okay, so a pleasant day to all of the students who are currently enrolled in cooperative marketing or elective 3, the Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, major in marketing management, second year students. For today, I am going to discuss to you the fifth chapter and the second topic for final term, which is strategic marketing for cooperative. But before that, allow me to share my screen for PowerPoint presentation. You have to remember that this is the second topic for final term, and you have to listen to the discussion. Okay, so you can see on my screen the PowerPoint presentation for the topic strategic marketing for cooperative, which is the chapter 5 or unit 5 in the module. So when a company is developing its marketing strategy, it must choose what it will sell. You know, the product that it will sell or the produce that it will sell. And at the same time, to whom it will sell it and how it will sell it, which is known as the marketing mix. So markets have a wide range of criteria and requirements. Basically, we know that there is geographical location, economic status, social cultural features, and other factors distinguish them from one another. So in some cases, the differences between domestic and overseas markets are significant. These variances are nearly completely due to the fact that each country, we can say that it has its own circumstances. So if you have enough information about these markets or various markets, you may choose which market a cooperative should concentrate its effort. However, you know, there are situations when a cooperative is forced to make a decision. So the farmers' products, for example, are only designed to meet the needs of the local market and are therefore more expensive. We can say that in other circumstances, a cooperative can target a variety of different markets and different industries. You know, everything is dependent on the products that the members are able to provide. So when it comes to upgrading products, cooperatives can play a very important role, a very essential role by assisting them in meeting the specific needs and gaining access to new market. So what is the objective of this specific chapter, or what are we expecting the student would be able to understand or learn at the end of the discussion? You know, at the end of the discussion, we are expecting that the students would be able to distinguish the different methods of strategic marketing for cooperatives. At the same time, you would be able to identify what market mix is, what are these 5 P's, and then discuss the value chain in cooperative marketing. Now let's proceed to the first topic, which is markets and upgrading. You know, the cooperatives involved in collective marketing have 2 main clients. You have to remember this. The members of the cooperative who supply the products or the produce and their business partners to whom they sell. So when members or the cooperative are able to enhance their performance, the buyers may be more inclined to purchase the products that are improved, pay a higher price for that, and then purchase a larger quantity. The performance of cooperatives and its members can be improved in a variety of ways, as can the ability to negotiate more favorable contracts. For example, a cooperative can assist the farmers in moving into a more complex product line. We can say niche markets as product. Or this process that we are talking about is called product upgrading. And this can be done by providing financial assistance. So moving forward, when we speak of product upgrading, it means improvement of the product marketed or improvement of the product that are being sold by the members of the cooperative. So the farmers can improve their products in various ways or in different ways. For example, they can plant a new variety with more desirable qualities, or they might devote more time to post-harvesting activities like drying and fermenting, which would definitely raise the product's quality and the price. So the farmers who want to achieve this with the help of cooperative can do so. Moreover, or we can say that it can also assist the farmers in gaining access to other certified markets. Products that have been certified command a premium price or mas mataas na presyo. So ano ibig sabihin nun? The cooperative can also assist the farmers in enhancing the efficiency with which their products are produced. And this is called process upgrading. So process upgrading, you can see on the screen, it means or it refers to increasing the efficiency. So meaning you're making it more efficient, no? For example, how do you do this? By using technologies or management methods, new technologies and management methods. So the process upgrading, which is increasing the efficiency of the product that your members are producing. Farmers, for example, may be able to increase the crop yields by applying the fertilizers, so they may be able to limit the pest infestations. And in that case, they would be able to save money by integrating pest management rather than just spraying. So process improvement can also take place at the level of cooperative organization. So the cooperative may decide to invest in new grain bins to boost the storage capacity, or it may choose to husk maize more quickly with a machine rather than doing it by hand or manually. So moving forward is process upgrading. We can say that it also refers for better working conditions and it lessens health and safety risk. So this is also known as social upgrading. So the question is, what can agricultural cooperatives do to achieve this? Cooperatives can take action both on their own property, for example, around warehouses, sorting, grading areas, and on the land of their members' families and farms. So they can promote awareness of potential hazards, for example, through the use of posters or signages or signs, and then they would be able to instruct their members on how to safely operate machinery, equipment, and agrochemicals, among other things. In addition, they can also prepare their users' instructions, like the instructions manual, and then supply safety clothes and equipment to help limit the likelihood of accident. This is like risk mitigation or safety in the workplace. The demonstration of good practice, especially in the cooperative side, it can also encourage the replication on the farms of its members. So if improved member performance result in, let's say, increased access to new markets, this does not mean, or that does not necessarily translate into higher returns for cooperative. Walang assurance na ibig sabihin nun, agad may malaking balik yon para sa cooperative in terms of monetary. It does not always result in complete satisfaction of all members. It is possible that certain members will have a more difficult time obtaining higher returns than other members in certain circumstances. Hindi siya pare-pareho. So the cooperative should assess whether unequal members in certain circumstances, or we can say there is an unequal opportunity that is existing. And it should thoroughly consider the pros and also the cons, or the advantages and disadvantages of the intended plan before moving forward with this. So relevant questions maybe is, there a market for better quality? Meron bang bibili sa produkto mo na may kalidad, pero syempre, is the price difference worthwhile? Kasi definitely, if you wanted to add value to your product or to your produce, there will be a difference in the price. Are members excluded from accessing a premium market? So which needs additional services? Now, instead of focusing on the performance of its members, we can say that a cooperative can also focus on improving the performance by looking for ways to add more value to the products it buys from its members. So in order to increase the value of the products, yung cooperative mismo could begin processing them. It could start with manufacturing the produce. So for example, if instead of selling bulk bulk paddy rice, it could sell bulked white rice or invest in packaging. So magkakaroon ng additional value dun sa produce mo. So this is referred to what we call functional upgrading in some circles. So now the question is, what is functional upgrading? Or what does it mean by functional upgrading? Functional upgrading means taking on new activities or changing the mix of activities a cooperative undertakes to add value to the product marketed. So processing and branding, these are examples of functional upgrading for cooperatives. So the individual farmers are frequently unable to engage in this type of activities due to financial constraints. So sa kakulangan sa puhunan, wala silang pang-finance, walang pang-capital. So the cooperative marketing is an example of functional upgrading for the farmers. You have to remember, because it allows them to fulfill a function further up in the value chain, like the marketing, rather than just producing the product. And if a cooperative embark on activities higher up in the chain becomes shorter and the cooperative starts receiving a higher margin. So what does it mean? Despite the fact that it is enticing, so it is very attractive, we can say it is very appealing, nakakaakit yon, it is not always the best course of action. In the case of agricultural distribution, for example, eliminating the middleman, it means you have to eliminate the people who are really specialized in this work. Is the cooperative prepared to take the role of these specialists, or the role of the middleman who happens to be very expert in that field or in that endeavor? Instead of removing the traders, it may be more profitable to begin with working more cooperatively with them in the first place. So if the cooperative is considering taking on such new responsibilities, some things has to be examined. So ano yun? Does the cooperative already possess the necessary expertise to become involved in this new activity or in this new endeavor? Necessary ba? Kailangan ba na magkaroon ng bagong investment? Or it incur any more expenses to carry out this activity? Siyempre, additional gastos yan. So pag-usapan natin yung marketing mix. What is marketing mix, no? Let us try to define marketing first. Marketing, by definition, is about building lasting relationships that really satisfy the needs of your supplier and your buyer. So the key elements here in marketing are customer value, competitive advantage, and focus. The result is that marketing-related organizations must research the marketplace, develop products or services that meet the needs and the wants of their customers. They have to develop the correct marketing mix. What are those marketing mix? The 5 Ps. We have the product, the place, of course, the place of sale, promotion of price, and the people. So it's satisfy its objectives while providing continuous customer satisfaction to your client, to your customer. Although the farmers desire to earn the highest possible price for their products, yung mga buyers, they desire to buy products that are lower in price. I mean, they're looking for the lowest possible price. In exchange of lower prices, the consumers want high quality products in a way that they will be willing to spend more for higher quality products. Customers also expect things to be readily available kapag kailangan nila. So, pag-usapan natin yung tinatawag na QQF, no? Cooperative strategy must take these needs, which is what we call QQF, the quantity, the quality, and frequency. They have to take it into consideration. So the quantity, as you can see on the slide, it refers to the volume of agricultural produce taken to the marketplace for the intended target market. So the right quantity is necessary for both the seller and the buyer. We also have the quality. Quality, when we speak of quality, this is the perceived benefit or value of the product or the produce. Sabi ko nga, in marketing, the people are willing to pay the price as long as they will receive the value equal to its price. So from the perspective of the buyer, quality is linked to meeting changing taste and preferences of the consumers. So from the cooperative's perspective, it is the cost of producing the agricultural produce plus your desired surplus or yung markup mo doon. Then we have the frequency. Dito pinag-uusapan natin yung number of times, the number of times or the period when the cooperative's production is expected to reach the intended customers and consumers. So the frequency affects the transportation cost and the storage needs. Now let's move to the next topic, which is the 5 Ps. Okay? You can see here the 5 Ps. An agricultural cooperative could enhance its marketing. Now we're dealing with marketing in different ways, especially by influencing the following elements. We have the first element, which is the product. So the product, as you can see by definition, it refers to the commodity that a cooperative produces. So ito yung mga produkto, no? Yung mga pinoproduce, binebenta, and has to present to the market for the intended customer. So the customer demands and the desires should be taken into consideration when developing a product for them. So the cooperatives can improve the quality of their products to meet the standards of their customers. They can ensure that the correct quantities are available at the time they are requested by customers. And they can also improve their packaging. They can also improve their labeling by using the appropriate size, the appropriate materials, and of course, information. For example, if ikaw ay gumagawa ng jewelry, you're looking to grow your business and you might think about giving your customers like free gift wrapping service as an incentive to buy from you. There are businesses or they're doing this as part of their marketing strategy. Puntahan natin yung second P, which is the price. Okay? From the seller's perspective, this is the value of the product, which incorporates the cost of producing the product plus the desired surplus. From the customer's point of view, this is the amount of money which the customer will have to part with to obtain the product from the cooperative. So the cooperative must set a competitive pricing that allows them to generate surplus. So the marketing of a product is determined by the price at which it is sold. So your pricing will also depend on your business position in the market. So you need to identify your business position in the market. Okay? For example, if you advertise your business as a budget car rental service, your pricing should reflect that choice. If you're looking to grow your business, consider if your pricing reflects your position. Okay. Now let's proceed to promotion. So promotion is considered to be the activities which the cooperative can use to create awareness about the existence and quality of the product among the intended consumers. So advertising, sales promotion, we can say that these are, again, aside from that, we also have personal selling, public relations, direct marketing. We can say that these are all examples of what is promotion. When it comes to promotion and marketing, a cooperative can change from product awareness to low price awareness in order to recruit the new layer of price-sensitive consumers to its membership base. For a cooperative that is targeting price-sensitive clients, this is extremely critical. So for example, if you're growing your sports management business, you might add sponsorships to your marketing mix to help promote your business. Next is we have the place. Basically, a place is a product that must be available and accessible at the right place and at the right time. When we speak of good distribution, it ensures that the cooperative product is available and accessible to your consumers. Cooperatives should emphasize the convenience of accessibility of their products to the intended consumers. A channel of distribution is a mechanism through which goods and services are moved from the cooperative to the customers. Adequate distribution systems enhance the marketing of the product. So if you're looking to grow your business, you might consider changing or expanding the way you sell your products and services. For example, if you're a homeware distributor, you might think about setting up a new store in a different location or offering franchises. Or you might consider setting up an online website to supply other businesses or to supply to other businesses. And the last P, yes, we have the people. People refers both to your customers and your staff or your employees. When it comes to customers, it is critical to understand what kind of customers are they, who exactly are they, what are their requirements. Is it possible to divide them into groups based on shared qualities, requirements, and so on? What are the company's customer retention strategies? People can also refer to those who are employed by a cooperative. Internal marketing, which can be defined as the task of successfully hiring, developing, and motivating able workers who desire to provide excellent customer service, could be used to describe this situation. For example, if you're thinking of expanding your business online, you might need to think about how your customers use the internet. You might also consider how comfortable would they feel purchasing your goods online, whether they would be willing to pay shipping costs for your products, and if your staff have the skills to manage a website, if you need to provide further staff training. So by properly using the 5 Ps, a cooperative can achieve, we can say that a cooperative can achieve its marketing objectives. It could, for example, seek to alter the market structure. As a result, the cooperative will attempt to grow the number of customers who purchase the product by discovering new customers, or we can say discovering new users, converting non-users into users, entering new market groups, among other methods. You have to analyze your customer. The company can make decisions about how to adjust the marketing mix. Other marketing initiatives should be assessed in light of the interest of the customers. For example, effective pricing, effective distribution, and effective promotion. These are all examples of such strategies. If consumers believe that the price is too high, the cooperative might consider lowering the price in order to attract the large number of price-sensitive consumer. Now, let's talk about value chain in strategic marketing. A value chain refers to the entire system of production, processing, and marketing of a particular product from inception to the finished product. So the concept of a value chain was introduced before in your first chapter or first unit. And it discussed the fact that it's composed of a series of chain operators who are tied together by flows of product, finance, information, and services. The product is exclusively owned by the chain operator at a certain point in the chain. Suppose a farmer owns maize from the time of sowing the seed through the time of selling the maize to his or her cooperative, which then becomes the owner. It is the cooperative's responsibility to bulk the maize grown by its members and package the produce before selling it to the miller, who becomes the next owner, and so on and so forth. So the value of the product increases with each stage of the supply chain. There is a monetary cost associated with the operations required to raise the value of the product or produce. So as long as the rise in the value exceeds the increase in cost incurred in getting the higher value, the chain operator will have a positive margin on his or her investment. For each product, the flow of products, money, services, and information between farmers, cooperatives, and other value chain participants differ. So in addition to direct chain operators, such as the farmers, cooperatives, traders, wholesalers, retailers, and consumers, there are often other organizations involved supporting the smooth operation of the value chain. Okay. Individual farmers or the cooperative may benefit from the services of these chain sponsors, which may include financial and non-financial assistance. Services such as technical assistance, business management support, certification support, financial management, organizational strengthening are examples of what is available. The chain operators and supporters, okay, now you can see the screen, you can see the drawing or the illustration. Chain operators and supporters operate in social, political, and economic milieu that is greater in scope than the immediate setting in which they operate. This external environment has an impact on not only farming activities, but also on the entire value chain as a result of its influence. It is possible that the efficiency of value chain transactions will be affected by the changes in currency exchange rates, changes in government policy, in government laws, regulations, as well as changes in the infrastructure, such as the water. We also have energy supplies, the roads, and information, communication technologies. Trends in the worldwide environment may also have an impact on the choices and decisions made by the value chain operators in their respective countries. So several worldwide advocacy organizations, for example, may be able to affect market demand by urging customers to purchase items that are created in a socially responsible manner. So taxation regimes at the national level, maybe we can say, you know, these taxation regimes at national level may take it difficult for formal organizations to compete, especially with private dealers in the marketplace. Traditional relationships within a community may favor particular groups in terms of access to services and participation in decision-making processes at the local level. A wide range of developments in the broader context present hazards as well as opportunities for chain operators, including cooperatives and members that comprise them. So you can see this figure 2.1, the value chain in its wider context. It depicts the value chain's placement within a broader social, political, and economic context. Okay? So for this topic, that would be all. Thank you. And again, let us all enjoy learning cooperative marketing. I hope you were able to finish this recorded presentation so that you would be able to understand better the Unit 5 of your module. And once again, have a good day and stay safe at home.